All right, everybody, we are going to head into a ranked Guilds of Ravnica draft today. Historically, that gives us about like a 75% chance of Dimir incoming, but I will, to try and keep it interesting, if given a really close call between something Dimir and not, we'll lean away from Dimir and see if we can find something else to do here besides. But, you know, if Dimir forces itself on me, I'm not going to turn down those beautiful cards. Also, I'm here to tell you about my sponsor, Card Kingdom. They have a lot of beautiful cards waiting for you there. They have a lot of sealed product. They have a lot of supplies. Basically, anything you need for your physical Magic game is available to you through the wonders of the internet and the quality of Card Kingdom. You can check them out via my affiliate link down below in the panels. That lets them know that you got there from here, which is great for me. And if you are just looking to fill in holes in your Magic life in paper, you're not going to go wrong using Card Kingdom to get that done. They have what you need. They're going to get it to you quick. You're going to get what you expect. And you go there knowing basically you're not going to have to go somewhere else, that they're going to have you covered. You're going to have everything you need from them. And that's generally true. It's what they're going for. So I want to thank them for their ongoing support. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Card Kingdom. Now, we do not have gold for the entry, so we're going to risk some gems here. And let's update this data. And we are on free to play. Oh, and we have voting. Let me open. Oh, Deckmaster's open and running, so you can actually vote now. It's whoa, guilds. What is going on? That's weird. All right, let's go to this view. And the voting opens up, and hey, look, we have a reason to go somewhere other than Dimir right off the bat, with Lava Coil being a great pick. Narcomoeba for gems is reasonable. I would like to get this account's GRN rares and mythics up. Yeah. Well, you know, Narcomoeba. Didn't Luis give this a B or something in the set review? Hey, no shade. What I love about Luis's misevaluation of Narcomoeba is that it reinforces that this game is hard. Evaluating Magic cards is hard, and you can be literally one of the top 5 players of all time and still make a mistake on your evaluation of a card in a set. Yeah, his thought was there was so much, there's so much Surveil in the set. Because you can play Narcomoeba off of Surveil. If you Surveil the Narcomoeba, you just get to put it onto the battlefield. So Luis's thought was that unless you have it in your opening hand, if you have a ton of Surveil, you're very likely to just end up with a free 1/1 flyer, and why not play that, right? But it turned out not to be good enough. Anyway, we'll go ahead and take the Lava Coil over gems here today. It will show me here. Let me turn this on. Okay, there we go. I'm turning on. You guys can't see it, but I turned on the untapped.gg overlay so that I can see how many I have. We have two of 4 Narcomoebas, so we could take this to fill out. Could rare draft. Well, I'll take the coil. I said I was looking to. Robert, I wanted to do something. Robert says, if we're using gems, shouldn't we be best of 3? Not necessarily. I'll use gems on best of 1. There's no hard and fast rule there. But I wanted to do something other than M20 today, and that left us with sealed or GRN. So Sky Knight is tempting, but I think if we're going to head in the Boros direction, we just want the Rox Charger. Legionnaire is great, but Rox Charger is incroyable. get up in the air. All right. I might... this Blade Instructor is fine, but I may take... well, we have 0-4 of these. Yeah, Instructor's okay. Especially good with Blade Instructor. Especially good with Charger, when you can charge the Instructor in the air. But I am considering rare drafting, although I don't think we're going to get, like, I'm just going to stick with, like, we're at 0-4 of these. I'm not going to spend wild cards on these, so I'm just going to take picks for this. Yeah, look at the Dimir in the pack. We could also bend back towards Dimir, but really, none of the Dimir is great except for Darkblade Agent. Even Discovery is just okay. Darkblade Agent's where it's at. Anyway, we'll take the Blade Instructor a little sadly. I think this is... Also, it's funny to see Luis's ratings here. Luis has Loxodon Restorer at a 3 and Blade Instructor at a 2, and I would swap those. I think this is the 3. Guildmate, well, yeah, Norbert, like, most ratings are going to be terrible when they're somebody's first pass on a set. You just don't know. Well, are we... how many... Well, let me ask you this, Gecko. How many multicolored creatures do you want in your deck before you're happy to run this? Yeah, I know you weren't. I'm just saying... I'm just explaining... I'm just making sure people understand how difficult it is to nail ratings of a set you haven't played in Limited, you know? But I don't see us running that. I'm going to take the Instructor. I'm going to move on here. Hey, getting rewarded. Look at this. 4th pick, True Fire Captain. Are we in the right spot or what? Keep it coming. Let's take a Healer's Hawk. You definitely want to get low down with these Boros decks. How low down? Are we so low down we want to get the Marshal going, or do we just want to take something pretty mediocre like a Collar the Culprit or a Hammer Dropper? I'll check the votes on this one. Vote it up. Is voting not on? Let's see. Oh, I thought voting worked for this one. Maybe just voting just doesn't work at all anymore in... Maybe I need to turn it on. Let me go see. Drafting. No, draft voting is on. Oh well, I guess it doesn't work. I can't bring myself to take a 5-drop 3/3 for this deck. I think we take a Reluctant Hammer Dropper. But yeah, I guess, you know, Intrusive Pack Beast has beaten me a couple times here and there. But here, I'm going to do a quick vote. I'm really curious. I'm such a bad Boros drafter in the format. I don't know if we want Marsh, M-A-R-S-H, or Drop. I think it comes down to those two. I just don't know if we're actually playing a Marshal if we take it. I don't know if we're playing a Hammer Dropper if we take it, but probably. Looks like about 11-8 with David's late vote. We'll take... Okay, I'll go with the Marshal. And we'll go low, low, low. See how that works. Take Heart certainly works in that style. I'd rather have the Trick than the Aura, although I have frustratingly lost to this card in this format, but it happens. Another Hazda or a Fresh-Faced Recruit. Probably just want the Recruit. We don't have any 2s yet. And I think it's a little better than the Marshal here. Righteous Blow doesn't clear blockers. They have to become a blocker before you get to use this, but it's still quite playable. Locksmith is sadly can be playable. So in Boros, you just need your 2s. So Righteous Blow is quasi removal, or it's narrow removal. It's not quasi, it is removal. It's just narrow removal. But Locksmith represents a 2-drop that we need to fill deeply. So I'm going to take a 2-drop that I'm not loving over removal that I'm not loving, because at the end of the day, we'll just fall flat if we don't have 2s. Looks like a lot of people wanted me to take the removal there, and I get it, but I hope you see where I was coming from at least. Take another Take Heart. Probably just a dumb Halberdier over a dumb Restorer.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, Lazy. Yeah, it's funny. Luis has 3-0 on the Restorer and 1.5 on the Halberdier. It's just that for curve reasons, if we end up having to play one of these, we'll probably rather have just the dumb 3. Hopefully we don't play this, but we'll take dumb 3. Hopefully we don't play this, but we could get into a space where we decide to go all in on high-risk, high-gain strategies like Maniacal Rage. I prefer not to take high-risk, high-gain lines and approaches, but sometimes that's what is available. Collar in best of 1, probably main 1. And I don't like Punch even as an Izzet card, that's why I'm not really seeing it. I don't think we're going to play 2 of these, but we'll do that. All right, hook us up with some great Boros. Come on. Challenger represents great Boros, but we only have...
Say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you so much. Would love this Challenger. Obviously great, but we only have 1 of 4 Overgrown Tombs, and if there's a class of card that I want to get to 4 of before we rotate, it's the Tomb. So, I love you, Challenger, but I'm going to be rare greedy. Also, Mythic greedy. We've got 2 of these, so we can actually craft up and get gems out of this. So we're going to take Divine Visitation and get gems. And I'm going to go do that before I forget. Oh man, so harsh. But look, we get Integrity Intervention. I'm going to grab this while we're here so it's so obvious. And looks like Blade Instructor probably the pick here. Actually, just remind... I'll wait till pack 3, and we'll see what other rares and mythics we might end up with here. But yeah, we'll take another Instructor. Skyline Scout is a fine 2. And there's really nothing else except a Book Devourer, so we'll take the fine 2. Thought Erasure, you make me sad that you're even still here. Look at all this beautiful Dimir. I mean, it's not amazing Dimir, but it's beautiful. Alright, we'll take a Guardian and try not to play it. No, we'll just take... I'm not playing that Guardian. We'll take Vault Progress. Saw Boros got excited, but 6-drop Boros doesn't really get me going, but we'll probably play it. It's just not really where you want to be. Like, I like that we were topping at 4. But we'll take it and see. Wave is a nice pickup here. Great way to finish games in Boros. Oh, I missed Witness? Maybe I just didn't see it somehow. This overlay I should take this overlay off. It's kind of messing me up, actually. We're not going to play Visitation. It's very unlikely. I put it right in the board. It's, I'm not looking to combo the Visitation. I'm just looking to get some gems. This is a nice Parhelion Patrol. I mean, we take Sworn Companions, but, yeah, it just puts... It's helpful, but not helpful. It's distracting. It gives me some info, but then ends up distracting me. I take the... Yeah, so we're taking part... I'm playing straight ahead Boros here. We're not looking to get wacky with Token Angels. Picking up 2s, not bad. little vault progress. Hey, Mensch. Looks like we're in the right colors at least, even though none of these are exciting. I don't think we're spending our time convoking. I'm just going to get another dumb 3, try to find better ones. You go do science on your free-to-play account, Robert. I'm here for the gems. Thief of Sanity, we are at 3 of 4 of those. We could take a Thief and craft that up. And really, pretty easy gem here because our best option is a Skyline Scout or a Guild Mage, so pretty easy Thief. Splash Thief in the in the Boros deck. Sorry. No, I haven't yet. I'm going to get through the first few picks here until we're past where we can reasonably expect to possibly see rares or mythics, and then we'll go do it. Reaper, we have 3 of 4 of as well. Gosh, we only have 3 rare wild cards, but we can still take it and go do it. The Rock Charger, a second Charger, though, is very good. And Current. I think I like Charger better in the Boros deck than Current. Current's a little awkward at the red. Rock Charger is exactly what we want to be doing. I think I'm just going to take a second Rock Charger and wave goodbye to the Reaper here. 2 Rock Chargers is pretty strong, making these medium Blade Instructors a lot better. Of course, War Furnace. We don't pretend that taking rares does nothing to our win percentage. In fact, here, I'll take this. Nice. Sky Knight Legionnaire. Nice. Take that over the Recruit. Skyline Scout or Recruit. We'll think about this one. Sure Strike, not... We have a lot of tricks, though, so we probably just want the Scout or the Recruit. Here's our curve right now. So I'll do 2 things. I'll go... let's take a break. We're not going to get any more rares, so let's go craft up. And then we're looking to craft... Got to remember, we got a Thief of Sanity, Divine Visitation, Overgrown Tomb, and I think we passed on the other rare. Was there a rare we took for the deck? No rare in the deck yet. So it is just Thief, Visitation, and Tomb. Okay. Craft that. And unfortunately, we can't craft up, so I'm not going to bother. We'll just take the tomb for the 1. Oh, we're going to get a couple more 2s here, but also, okay, so I'm going to take a little break from the draft. We'll go back to the draft in a moment, but it's been a while since I have spoken to the math behind the rare drafting that we do in relative to the expectation of gems won from play. And I'm going to pull up the Gem EV image created by our friend Raptor. I think Raptor's here today. And I'm going to go onto the left monitor view. 1 second. Okay, so the bottom axis is your win percentage in the format, your match win percentage in the format, and the y-axis here is the percent increase required by taking the card for your deck. Like how much better, the percent your win rate needs to go up by taking the card for your deck over the rare for it to be correct. Does that make sense? So, for example, if you look at traditional, which is the solid lines, the yellow and the red solid lines, you only need you don't need as much win percentage to justify the the take. Whereas if so rare drafting, you want to rare draft more in ranked, because it takes more win percentage from the card to make up for that value of the gems you're picking up. And so then the question, the tough to answer question, though, of course, is, well, what is the effect of a card on your win percentage? And that's where the rare drafting I do is really hard for some viewers and people to take, because it just feels so wrong. It feels like, how can 20 measly gems from a rare draft possibly be more gem worthy than a sweet card for your actual deck? And the answer is, the sweet card for your actual deck doesn't actually impact things necessarily as much as you think. I'm more drawn to build around uncommon power level. Like we had a pick there that was like when you play an instant or sorcery, make a 1/1 bird token, the 1/5. Like if we were been blue, like that's the kind of card that maybe does get above these lines in terms of its impact on percentage. But a random removal spell, even a random good creature, a random decent removal spell, is actually tends not, in my opinion, to push up above these numbers, because a lot has to happen before your win percentage is actually changed. Basically, that removal spell or that creature needs to show up and win a game you would have lost otherwise over the card that you put in its place. And somebody was talking about wins above replacement, and that's this war, wins above replacement. War is a concept heavily used in professional sports right now to talk about the impact of one player over another, because it's not just like if you take that deadly visit out of your deck, it's not like you run 39 cards and now, or you run a blank. It's not like you have to put a queen of spades in over your deadly visit that you passed up for gems. You do get to put a playable in. So it's not about how good that one card is. It's about how the delta, the gap between the quality of the card you use instead and the quality of the card that you passed on. And when you put it all together, and also think about things like, how many times have you drafted an amazing deck, gone in and gone like 1-3 because of variance, because you just didn't even get a chance to play? Or how many times have you picked that amazing rare and just never even seen it? Like maybe you win, maybe you lose the draft or whatever, but some key card you drafted you never even saw. There's just all of these you got to pile it all in a pile, and when you see all the possibility, you realize there's actually a lot of times where the card didn't actually nudge wins or losses that much, and so it's actually really tough to heavily impact your win percentage off of one card. Another way to think about it that I like to talk about is if we're all baseline 50-50, and I have but my win rate's like 60%, so I'm doing something right between drafting and playing and deck building. I'm making better decisions than enough of the other players that I have managed to actually increase my win percentage by a full 10%. But now that's 10%. Where am I getting that 10%? Because every single one of my decisions, if you could take every decision I made and say, how much above 50% has this moved you? Every decision I make throughout the event or throughout the game or whatever goes towards that. And once you realize that all of these decisions have to combine for a plus 10% total, each individual decision starts to become, you see that it's actually the percentage you're impacting things with each individual decision is pretty small. It's the collective combination of them all that builds up to your 10% advantage or whatever. So when you start to think about the overall number of decisions that go into giving this 10% boost, you see that each individual decision actually has a pretty small impact. So when we hit rotation, I'm going to have some more things to say about this. I have some information in my head that I have been reticent to share because it's relevant to existing standard formats, but as standard rotates, I'm going to have some outdated info that I might be able to feel more comfortable about sharing in regards to assessing this this percentage. So that's what's going on with all of my rare drafting, and let's go back to it. Not NDA expiring as much as information I have being information that Wizards no longer really cares about protecting. Interesting. This account only has 3 necrotic wounds. That shows you how much I respect that card. I mean, it's a black uncommon, and I draft Dimir heavily, but I don't even have any necrotic wounds. I just don't play necrotic wound in Dimir.
Say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Well, if Billy Budd can pay, Croker will talk. You got it, Rachel, go? All right, let's go back now and finish this up. All right, let's see. We're talking about 2s. We have 1. We don't want to play this, hopefully. Let's take Locksmith out. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we're kind of okay with. We don't want to play this. Yeah, we only have a few more picks to fill out this Beyond 4, so let's focus on 2s for sure. Do you like Scout or Recruit? They both have good stuff going for it. Maybe Recruit because we have the double Rock Charger, so the flight ability on this may be a little redundant. And they're both vulnerable to the same 1 toughness. Like, if this were a 2-2, I'd probably take it just for the extra toughness, but they both have 1 toughness, so let's take the Recruit. We might bring it in. We might play the Rage, but let's take a look at the full deck first before I worry about that. I'll take another Patrol. Yuck. I'll take it. Try not to play it. But maybe we're... Well, there's another wave, but we have a Locksmith. Maybe we are low enough on 2s that I need to really play this Locksmith and consider playing this one. But a second wave. Do we want a second wave or a second Locksmith? Because we could just take another wave, put this here, not even play the Giant, and just be like top at 4. Maybe you can cut the collar. Yeah, wave is great to help finish, but you just don't want 2 of them. Like, 2 waves in hand almost at any point is pretty lousy. But it increases your chance of getting to at least 1, of course. It doubles your chances of finding the 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus this 7, 8. Like, we have 8 early drops, so yeah, we can expect to cut a Halberdier, I think. At least 1, if not both. We're pretty thick at 3. Yeah, it's tough. I'm gonna go with the wave. This is not a bad time for a single gate here. Velocity, I don't think is really playable. Doesn't do enough. Towards an instant maybe, but not as a sorcery. Okay, here's a Locksmith we can grab. Great. We got both lucked out there. See if we can find maybe 1 more 2. Lucky late 2. No, here's a Pack Beast we can consider, but probably not. I'm gonna cut it. I think we're gonna top at 4 here. Gecko, yes, I'll take 1. I'll take 1, maybe even 2. Casting spells is amazing, Gecko. Oh my god, I love casting spells. You know what really sucks? Staring at 3 mountains and all those white spells in your hand. Like, yes, I will absolutely play up to 2 gates, even in aggro. All right, didn't get anything else for the deck, but we did get 60 in grind. Let me go and update my info before I forget and give myself a bunch of work later. Huh. Oh, we'll reload it. There we go. No, no, no. Oh, goodness, Ryan. I got multiple accounts vying for control. All right, there we go. for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about here, I am updating my spreadsheet. You can watch me do it in real time if you want, but I keep a spreadsheet of my results so that I can track how I'm doing and not leave my assessment of where I'm at up to the ranking systems that WotC has or whatever. This is ranked draft. We are GRN, and hey, we're red. We're white red. I don't know what we are there. We didn't pay gold. We paid $750 in gems, and we just ground 60. Now let's see what we do. Yeah, Ubermensch, like, who knows? You better save that stuff, because who knows what it's going to be valuable for. All right, what are we doing? What are we cutting? We got 3 cards to cut from this. We're at 20 creatures and 6 non. Let's cut halberdiers. And maybe a land. We did this. Ubermensch, I try to. If anything, I've missed counting some gem grind. I try to count all the gem grind I can on the free-to-play account. I'm less disciplined about counting gem grind on the paid account events, because like whatever, that account has had so much different infusions that the gem grind doesn't really tell me anything there. What I'm trying to do though is isolate this free-to-play account and see exactly what it's doing. So I really try and make sure the free-to-play account is as accurate as I can be on the ground. One pack beast and 1 wave. What are you saying, Robert? You want to take a wave out and bring a pack beast in? You really want to play the Maniacal Rage? I think we just want to, like, we have 2 Take Hearts. These are our Maniacal Rages. Like, if you want to do like, we could cut a Take Heart to play a Maniacal Rage, but I still just think that's exposing ourselves to too much risk unnecessarily. I did cut a land. We're currently here. Let me get to deck building so you can see everything better. Sorry. We are currently at 16 land. So this is what I propose. And I am taking counter proposals, but then I'm going to run this. You all have Fenor. It's so good in Boros. It's so strikeout home run. I don't like strikeout home run. I don't like putting a Maniacal Rage on my creature and watching the Demir player go, oh, thanks, ding, 2 for 1, see ya. That was this. If we were going to do something, that's what my suggestion was. But I feel like with Take Heart, we can use this to be a 1 for 1, and it gets our creatures through. Anyway. What does Gem EV stand for on your chart? It's the expected value of, and let me make sure, like, here, I'll link that chart. Expected value is how much gems you expect to get out of your decision in the long term. So that, picking a 4th copy of a rare is a sure 20 gems, and your expected gem value in an event is based on your win percentage. So that's what it's doing. It's saying, based on your win percentage or the choosing of this rare, what is your expectation of how many gems you're going to get out of that decision on average? If you're all in, like Deathsy playing triple Healer's Hawk with double Candelabra and double Maniacal, like if you're all in, if we had triple Healer's Hawk, then maybe you could convince me that Maniacal Rage is actually where we want to be. But we don't. We have 2 1s, and this one isn't particularly good to Maniacal Rage. But yeah, if we had Trips Hawk, you could talk to me about Rage and Vigil or whatever. Yeah, and also there you go, and you land on deck was meh anyway, right? Like, it's just high risk, high gain. I think I'm going to run this. I think this is fine. I'm going to call it unexpected just because we all know what we expect out of me around here. Around these GRN parts. How good is this? I think it's okay. We didn't end up with too much removal. We just have the lava coil and some tricks. But we have integrity. This is a nice... So we have 2 decent removal spells in lava coil and integrity and some combat tricks and some creatures and some finishing spells. Pretty straightforward. We just need to draw stuff. We need to curve out. If we curve out, I think we're going to be in good shape. Let's find out if we do. That's good. I like that. Here, I'll change it to Spanish. Except now I have to spell Inquisition live on stream. I think that's correct. Looks correct. All right, here we go. Thanks again, Card Kingdom, for the sponsorship. Let's head in here and try and pick up some Boros wins. I've had such terrible luck historically with Boros, but I'm not a superstitious guy. I don't think that I'm destined to be unlucky. I just have had a lot of trouble winning with Boros because I feel like I've had trouble curving out, getting things in the right order, etc. You don't need to reevaluate. I think you're just seeing you know, I've never said, boy, if you put an aura on one of your creatures, you just snap lose. Like, it's not that, right? It's just that it's high risk, high gain. So if you're experiencing the high gain part from your opponent's perspective, that stinks, but it shouldn't change your opinion. It's like, we'll keep this. I want to reevaluate. We're keeping this, but we don't have a 2 or a 1, which kind of stinks. Hopefully we draw a 2, but I couldn't pass up Charger plus Lava Coil and take card. It's decent for a hand that starts on 3. But maybe I'm underrating my need for 2s and we should have mulliganed that. I don't know. Felt hard to make a decision to mulligan that. And I was talking about something and now I forgot what I was talking about, but keep at it here. Yeah, really unfortunate that we did not find a 1 or a 2 this hand, but we're going to start with a Rock Charger. It threatens to block the Healer's Hawk. And we go Rock Charger into Perhelion Patrol into Blade Instructor with action. Yeah, go ahead. Put a Maniacal Rage on the Hawk. Now it looks like they're going to kill the Charger or somehow nullify the Charger, which makes sense. I mean, they hovered over it. Maybe they're just reading it. But yeah, they get the free block. We're not going to put the Charger at risk here. Or the free attack, rather. We're not going to block. Okay, well, there's one of our 2s. We could coil... No, we can't coil in Locksmith anyway because we only have 1 red. Generally, when you're stuck on 1 color, you want to try to find a way to cast a card of that color because you can only cast 1 of those per turn. But I'm going to go ahead and take cast... Well, we could do Blade Instructor and then have Take Heart up. That could be reasonable, but I don't think we're going to be using the Take Heart this turn. I think we're just going to be in a racing situation for a little bit. So I'm going to attack with the Charger and play the Patrol. Right, but we don't have Coil and 2-drop as a possibility here yet. Yeah, we could do that, Gecko. We'll probably that's likely to happen later. Right now, I'm going to keep building out my board, maxing my mana, but we'll set up a take heart battle or a combat trick battle with the Hawk after we get our board built out a little bit more. Take heart doesn't do anything? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, sorry, Brittany, you've updated your math. Gotcha. And now both of these are going to attack, or everything's going to attack, really solidifying the presence of take heart quite solidly. We're at 19. We're just going to take all of it and not tangle until we get take heart of our own available. Double take heart is pretty good. Now we can locksmith or we could coil and have 2 take hearts. Or blade instructor and have 1. Well, in any case, let's start with both of our creatures attacking. The patrol is going to mentor the charger and then stay back on D. Yeah, I like locksmith over anything else because locksmith threatens to trade the halberdier on the ground, and then double take heart really solidifies the ability of our Parhelion patrol to block in the air. Take heart on the locksmith does not help it win combat over halberdier, so we're not going to try that or anything. But nice to have double pump for possible burn or pump from Oppo. They're bashing us harder initially, but I like where we're headed here. If we can keep a hold of these creatures we've got. Oppo in the tank. Bargent. Bring it. It's going to be good for us. Only question is, what are we killing? I guess we trade naturally for this Bargent and trade 1 take heart for the Legionnaire. I guess that's where the play's at. Alright, we get a Blade Instructor plus a Lava Coil if we want it. But I think we just want the Parhelion Patrol on Vigilance with another take heart. Because we think they have one, so perhaps we'll trade a take heart for a take heart and a Healer's Hawk. That's the idea here. Yeah, Oppo played into our hand pretty nicely. Command the Storm deals 5, so Take Heart doesn't help. They get their man. But Rock Charger and Blade Instructor is still a nice duo. And, oh, they're going to race us. Okay. Might have to coil the Halberdier, but we are doing fine in this race with the Halberdier dead. Another Blade Instructor to tack on as well. I guess we're not going to need to coil the Blade Instructor because they're going to, or coil the, we're going to bring up the Blade Instructor, but we'll just maybe try to use our Blade Instructor's removal and save the coil even longer. I mean, if we can just get this done via creatures, all the better. Yeah, burn it or hold the heart. I'm going to hold. Although we could end up in a spot where, like, we lose to the deal 6 uncounterable. They've only got 2 cards. They could attack us for, well, in this case we could block. I guess I can threaten. I can, like, try and block the halberdier no matter what. Yeah, we do have a win. We're showing a win. All right, so we're going to hold coil. Attempt to trade instructor for halberdier and go from there. That's bold. Yeah, I think we'll go for the take heart pre-combat. But let's see. It's somewhat risky. Let's start by coiling and seeing if that draws out their take heart. Yeah. And I'm going to start with an attack. Let's see if this attack just wins the game. And I'll leave this instructor back. If we had taken heart before combat, we could have tried to do shenanigans, but we're just trying to win anyway. And I'm almost nervous. Like, they did show pause. Oh, because they gained a life. Sorry, I was still thinking they were on 8. That's all right. We're going to just wait then. I kind of wanted to wait anyway. They're showing instant. They've got some kind of instant that makes me uncomfortable. And I'm just going to nail the halberdier now. Or actually, we nail the recruit. And still threaten to trade with the halberdier. I would not call any of my choices here a punt. I'm being very cautious of the fact that they're showing instant speed. I did not want to take heart into instant speed removal is the bottom line. Aha! That's what I did not want to do, right? Unfortunately, this is not stoppable, so they're going to get in for at least 4 and gain some big life back. Well, I wish he was, and I wish he'd try to instigate a punt into then intervention saying, haha. Now, I'm going to risk it. Now, I don't think they have anything. And they're keeping their hawk back anyway. Alright, so with the hawk back... Alright, now we just got it. Yeah, we'll cast both and it'll be fine. They're going to get 1 out of this, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use Take Heart to get 5 in and then finish off with Intervention, even with them at 7. But we got there. Boy, that is why combat tricks make me so nervous. Combat tricks are just blowouts against you waiting to happen if you're not properly careful. But then you can be overly careful and lose because you were too cautious, so it's a tough spot. But we got there this time. Thanks, Banana. We'll catch you next time. There we go. Got some 2s this time. A charger on 3. Love it. Just don't want to draw a second wave. Go with the more resilient, vigilant dude. Locksmith really is just a 2-1 for 2. It's really bad. But it fills a curve. It's 2 power at 2 mana. What do we want here? Let's think. Okay, I could go Locksmith, but we don't want that. We're going to play one of our 3s. Let's just go ahead and play the Legionnaire. Get cracking. Decent card against us for sure. We could integrity it to death after attacking and still play the Locksmith, so that's not the worst. I don't like having to use integrity on a Recluse, but it really is good against this hand, although we do have the wave we can set up for. Why don't we take it easy for now and just max our mana here? Play the charger, pass, and decide on how we're going to use this and this after Oppo builds out their board a little more. Well, now Integrity Intervention doesn't get it done, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I didn't expect that. We've now lost our chance to take it out with a pump, and we could 2-for-1 ourselves and deal 3 and 2, but that seems silly. So I think we Locksmith. And hang tight. Not much else to be done. I guess next turn we can, like, 2-for-1 Take Heart and Intervention and not lose a creature. I'd rather do that. It doesn't shut down our entire deck, but it shuts down a bunch of it. At 2-5, it shuts down a lot more of it. That's the thing. Yeah, Take Heart and Cosmo, we could use it that way. Yeah, we have a lot of ways that we can use 2 of these to take out the Recluse, but let's see what develops here. Oppo stuck on 3. They're looking for, there's different ways we can 2-for-1 ourselves, and we definitely would rather 2-for-1 ourselves with spells in hand and not creature on board. Alright, they found their 4th land. They were a little land stuck, so it's hard to know exactly where they're at and what they're up to. We're flooding for our purposes, but we do get the Take Heart Integrity play here. Now let's see. It can be done with anything. Yeah, so we're just going to fly the Locksmith and get rid of that Recluse. And this is where we go take cart. We can do wave. I guess we can do wave. Yeah, let's do wave after combat. That kills the beetle as well. We have another wave in the deck for later, and I'd rather have this beautiful intervention available than the wave, given that they've unlocked their 4th mana now and are likely to do something pretty good next turn. All right, let's see if this Air Force can get it done. See what Oppo has now that they've got 4 mana. Oh, they've got maybe the necrotic wound. Yes. Well, I'll save it. It's not what I expected to do with this, but I'm gonna save it. Now we're all in on our flying team here. Let's see what Oppo's got. All right. Oh, come on, deck. Seriously? 18 lands? That's what you got for me? All right, 16 lands? Feels like 18. I'll hold that for now. Maybe do a little full control bluff. I swear we've got something, Oppo. Okay. That's magic. That's magic. What are you gonna do? Try and win anyway, I guess, but this is gonna be a little bit of a race here. We'll see you, man. I mean, we're still okay-ish. Oh, come on. Okay. It's all right. I want it now. I want it. Bring the pain, Shuffler. Bring it. I can take it. They're going to attack with this. That's fine. I'd rather trade for this than either of these, so we're going to stay back and block the assassin if forced. I don't know if the Sky Knight can go all the way in time, but we'll see. We got 24 cards in library, so we have 1, 4, 8, 9, 7 land in 23 now left. I mean, this is crazy. We're in serious trouble. We just flooded out. But also, I don't feel like I can stop attacking with the Legionnaire. Any win we have is going to be based on the Legionnaire getting there. Let's see. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We can go to 5 if we block the Shade. We can go to 4, 3, 2 if we block the Gorgon. All right, now we're done for. Like, whatever. Super dead. And this is why I hate Boros. If I'm playing Dimir, I'm like, oh, thank God I have my 8th mana. Now I can really take this game over. Golgari is bad. Golgari's bad. It's bad. Maybe not unplayable, but it's bad, you know, in the wins above replacement category. That Golgari deck got extremely lucky to win that game. But that's not true, Gecko. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I guess if it was Dimir, though, I wouldn't have been 6 spells, because at 9 mana I would have used some of it on card draw, on Surveil, like... Alright, we're gonna keep. We've got 2, we got a 3 on any land. Need some red, but we have lots of stuff to do, even if we go several turns without a mountain. Shieldmate. GG Darth, was that you? Did we just play? Yeah. I feel like I could take you. I'll take you any time in that matchup, but hard to win with Boros when you get 9 lands and 6 spells, so we just kind of shrugged and did couldn't do anything. We'll send in the Shieldmate, and I'll go ahead and take Heart if they want to offer the Dissident for it. Yeah, we'll take Heart, because we have another play follow-up. We're discussing how good Golgari actually is, Darth, and I maintain that it's still not good. Like, it's bad, but not unplayable, if that's where you are kind of forced, but I don't consider it where I want to be in any way, shape, or form. Let's drop a Charger and send the Shieldmate. Well, and you take what comes, too. Like I said, just because I don't think Golgari is where you want to be in the format doesn't mean you don't end up there sometimes. Ooh, whiffed on the Woodshaper. That's rough. Sorry, Oppo. Eventually we're going to wave, but right now we're going to... Well, let's see. If we shield... We can send in the Shieldmate, but it just trades. We'll just attack with Charger and one of our 2s here. And then put down the Instructor for some serious action. Next turn, unless they kill it. Yeah, Selesnya ended up being the worst. Mainly the strength of Selesnya is a bunch of 4/4s that get blanked by a bunch of 1/5s and 4/5s that Dimir plays. And I don't know, I think this card is kind of the poster child of what's wrong with Selesnya. Like, if this had Trample, Selesnya maybe could have done something, but as it is, we can eventually just chump this endlessly as we need to. Let's see. We're gonna... We could just... Yeah, actually, you know, I could deploy these, but I don't think they help us win faster than just making the Skyline Scout fly. So we're gonna send in everything but the Shieldmate. Attacking creature without flying that we're gonna fly is the Blade Instructor. +1 counter on the Charger. And pay to launch. And now it's lethal next turn. If they don't kill one of these 3 creatures or nullify or put down some reach or flyer blocking, we just win. Okay, they got a Bonds. They needed that badly. That saved a loss for them there, but I think we're going to get there with Cosmotronic Wave. We're going to just take some lumps from this 5/5. We're going to drop another Shieldmate. If we draw a land, we'll do Locksmith, Shieldmate, or Recruit. I guess we'll just do Shieldmate. And then now we're showing lethal with Wave, so we just need a land. Of course, we can't find a land, but I think we're okay. Yeah, no blocks. I don't think there's something that just... I mean, isn't there a thing in the format that gives a total of +9/+9, or is that a different one? What's the rare that gives +3/+3 3 times? Ugh. 1 life gained, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're still there. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me, deck? Are you serious with this? Now I guess we... Lava Coil Foragers and attack with the 2 shield mates. Ooh, they got pump to save it. Be good to know about. I'm gonna be so tilted if we lose this one. So tilted after flooding out and then just needing 1 land. Nah, I'll be fine. I'm starting to tilt a little bit just because of the ridiculousness of our luck here, but again, it's Magic. It's what we signed up for. We could send in the Blade Instructor. And if they want to trade for it, they can? Question mark? Yeah, we could do Blade Instructor and Shield Mate. All right, we'll do that. Five, 6, 7, 8. They've got 8. So the question is, if they attack with everything, what do we do? I think we chump once because Instructor plus either of these 2s. Well, that's interesting. I don't think they have any pump, or they would have attacked with everything. So I'm gonna not block this. I also don't think there's anything they can do with 1 card to get to 9 here for this mana. So we're going to take it, and we're going to freaking draw a basic land and win, okay? That's the plan. Come on, deck. After last time... Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we just win? Nah, I'm okay, Wong. I'm okay. When I do tilt, I tend to get over it quickly. I'm too passionate a gamer to, like, pretend that I won't be emotionally affected by outcomes, but I do believe that over time I've gotten better at experiencing that emotion, letting it wash over me, feeling the rage, feeling the tilt, and then pushing it aside and moving on. Oh, I forgot to update, though. We are 2-1. Good time zone, David. Glad you could join us. Yeah, punting never feels good, but good news. If you say that you punted, it's because you actually saw it. The worst punts are the ones you didn't even notice, because you can't learn from them. I'm out of beverage. If I can cancel successfully, I'm going to go get a beverage real quick. Keep grabbing my coffee, and I want some more. Alrighty. 2 and 1, and we didn't set par here, but this seems like a fine, if not amazing, Boros deck. We have some. It's very peasant in its nature, though. We don't have any rares. We're just we're here on commons and uncommons, but if we curve out, I like our chances. Robert asked how my coffee EV is these days. I have not actually been happy with my roasts lately. The previous one was a blend. Like, I usually do single origin, which is to say roasting coffee from just one bean, like one farm, one varietal. And one nice thing about that is that all the beans in your roast are the same, so they react the same to the heat and everything. I did kind of a roast with a blend, so it had different beans from different plants, and the trouble is they roast at different rates, and so like it was tough to get right. Anyway, still better than what I'm going to find at the average grocery store, but I've been a little unhappy with my coffee lately, actually. All right, we're going to keep this. We have a decent curve out started. We have a Cosmotronic Wave to try to get us there. Don't have any of our real power cards, though. But obviously you can't really mulligan a Hawk into Shieldmate into etc. Yeah, so then I roasted a single origin for our latest batch, and I over roasted it. Like, now it's too dark for my tastes. So yeah, I've been punting on coffee a little bit, but not too badly. I buy my beans, my unroasted beans, from sweetmarias.com. I like Sweet Marias. They work directly with coffee growing regions throughout the world, and they kind of eliminate middle folk, and it's so you get really inexpensive coffee beans, but you know that the bulk of what you're paying for is going to the farmers, or not the bulk, or like, you know, so. All right, let's take this turn, then I can explain a little more about my coffee life. Looks like we have an attack here. We could take Heart the pass wall, but I think we attack first at least, and then we can see if we want to play this Guildgate or not, and whether we play this Take Heart or not. I'm inclined to say yes. The Locksmith can't even get through the pass wall at all. The Shieldmate at least bounces off, so I think we want to go ahead and take out the pass wall and play a basic and play this Locksmith. So you roast coffee, or at least I do. There's a wow, not expecting Ritual in Limited. That's gonna wreck us. I don't know how we're gonna win from here, but we'll try. There's fair trade, and you can get organic stuff there. Anyway, the way you roast coffee is actually, it's like a glorified toaster oven. Imagine a toaster oven with a hollowed out inside and about 75% to 100% bigger than your typical toaster oven. And then in that hollowed out section, there's a metal tumbler, metal cylinder that tumbles your beans, and basically it's got some presets. If you want to look up exactly the machine I use, it's the Bmore 1600 Plus. So you can Google that if you want to see the exact machine I use. But it's basically, like I say, a glorified toaster oven. And the funny thing is about how easy it is. Like, people love my coffee, and who love coffee, you know, they love to get it as a gift. And anyway, but all you're doing, it's like making microwave popcorn. You put it in, you get it going, and then yes, there's a time that you've set, but it's not like microwave popcorn. It's not really about the amount of time that you set on your clock. It's about actually listening and looking and turning it off at the right time so you don't burn it, right? And much like microwave popcorn, roasted coffee actually pops. Like, it starts to crackle. They call it, in fact, first crack. There's two. The flow of a coffee roast is build up of heat, first crack, tapering down of sounds, build up to second crack. And I basically sit there listening to my coffee roaster, and I turn it off when I have cleared first crack. But it's so easy. You just it is as easy as making microwave popcorn. Light to medium gecko, never dark, but light to medium. Mostly light. I strongly prefer light roasts when the beans are of high quality. It takes about 25 minutes to roast and another 15-ish to cool. That's for about a pound. We have a take heart, but I'm going to be patient here. If we have any hope of winning this game, it's going to be ripping a series of really good creatures and kind of Blade Instructor, Take Heart, and Cosmo Wave all working together to actually mount an offense here. Here, I can show you the cage. It's right here. So this is the bean tumbler. Just kind of put this in the glorified toaster oven, and it spins around, tumbling my beans. Fortunately, it's made of metal, so my klutziness doesn't really matter. We're playing 16 lands in this deck, topping out at 4 on the curve. We just have to take this. I'm not even going to try and do the take heart thing. Looks okay. I think it survived. Yeah, people's brains and their stomachs don't always align, or their tongues, so to speak. Yeah, I always say the greatest trick Starbucks ever pulled was convincing the world that dark roast is premium, dark roast is excellent, dark roast is coffee. When actually dark roast is largely a way that people cook bad beans or homogenize the flavor of different beans. So if you are if you're a coffee company looking to go global with your brand, you're going to be like a McDonald's. You want everything to taste the same. You want the coffee that you serve in London to be the same as the coffee you serve in Tokyo, in New York, right? Like all around the world, you want it to be the same. Well, with coffee, in order to do that, you basically have to burn the beans, because then everything tastes the same. Burnt is a nice, consistent flavor profile that you can hit. Sad, but we're going to lose this now. Similar thinking, Gecko, because the basically the milk and sugar company side is because that's how you make a badly burnt coffee beverage tolerable, is put a bunch of cream and sugar in it. But yeah, I was actually a Starbucks drinker for a long time before I evolved my game, before I went optimal at coffee. And I was sitting there in the, I talk about the 0% being like the worst coffee ever and 100% being the best coffee ever. And like what I try to do is take big leaps towards 100%, but then it starts to get hard to make progress. And so I kind of peter out once I'm at like 85, 90%, which is where I feel like I'm at with coffee. But man, Starbucks is like 20%. And I was sitting at the old Starbucks 20% for a long time. Yeah, no, Croaker, you're just mouthwashed. I was gonna say brainwashed, but Croaker, you've just been mouthwashed. Croaker, if we could hang out and you were a house guest of mine for a month and I served you nothing but my coffee for a month, you would never go back to Starbucks after. Or most people wouldn't. Some people legit just enjoy the heavy flavors of the dark roast. Like, you can enjoy burnt as a profile. Like, you know, if you like the burnt flavor, I can't tell you what you like, but I do think maybe you have Stockholm syndrome of the tongue in that case. Hey DJ, you hear what I'm saying here, right? I just acknowledged. I don't think I'm saying anything that's untrue, DJ. No, there's nothing good to buy at a typical grocery store. That's why light roast has such a bad reputation. One way to look at coffee, or one way I describe coffee is in terms of. Hold on. No attacks here. I know Starbucks didn't invent French roast, but they certainly learned that was the right thing to do to go global with a coffee brand. And I just feel like, DJ, here's what I would suggest that maybe wouldn't offend you if DJ seems like a dark roast lover who's a little offended by my bashing of the old dark roast. But I would say most people who enjoy coffee and say that they prefer dark roast would at least do well to get themselves some excellent light to medium roast coffee for a good 2 weeks to a month, and just try it for a month and see if it opens up the palate and changes a mind. If you do that and come out of it and be like, nope, I'm a dark roast guy or a dark roast person, then okay. But I think most people just live in the dark roast realm without having ever even really considered what the light side might be like. Fenor likes. Well, I'll have to check that out. Certainly, you're speaking my language, Fenor, when you talk about yerga chefe. I almost roast entirely Ethiopian beans. I branch out a little bit here and there, but basically, I roast nothing but Ethiopian beans, and especially from the yerga chefe region of Ethiopia. So, Ethiopian yerga chefe, if you see that available, go for it. That's going to be a high quality bean. Yeah, DJ, I tend to roast the Ethiopian light roasts, which are more fruity in their profile than nutty. I was going to say, though, like, the one way to think about coffee and coffee roasting and bean quality and roast level, the way I frame it is with a toast metaphor. Let's see if I'm going to just lose this game. Do I have to actually figure out how to win this game? All right, hold on. Remind me of the toast metaphor later, and and let me think how we might actually win this game now that we have integrity. They know about our take heart, but let's go ahead and attack here. And the Shade is more threatening right now than the Lurcher, so we'll take out the Shade. Crime Thought says, thank you for the YouTube updates. You're welcome. And I wanted to tell you something. Hey, everybody. I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So, hey, YouTubers, thank you so much for all the subs. That's a big deal for me because I can now apply for a YouTube partnership. Yay, YouTube partnership. So YouTube partnership means that I can start actually making money from my YouTube videos beyond just sponsorship from Card Kingdom. And I'm excited about that. Let's see, I guess we're going to keep going here. It does mean, however, it does mean that I need to be careful with memes. I still want to keep using memes, but they're going to review my account, and I don't know if they're going to be cool with me using memes that contain copyrighted snippets. I know you can use a certain amount before it's a problem. I haven't figured that out yet, but basically I may need to just take very careful note of when I run a meme and then cut it out of the video before I upload it to YouTube. But yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, and now you can see how distracted I was in that game. It just felt like after the Ritual of the Soot, we just did not have much of a chance to win that one. We needed some things to very specifically go our way. Seemed like maybe they were starting to, but then they had a sudden kill. Yes, so to finish up on coffee here, the toast metaphor. So imagine you have a you have 4 slices of bread. You've got a slice of Wonder Bread, a slice of artisan San Francisco sourdough, a slice of wheat bread, and or just those 3. So Wonder Bread, San Fran sourdough, and a really nice wheat bread. If you toasted all of those lightly, you would try them and be like, oh, this Wonder Bread is pretty low, whatever. It's bottom of the barrel here. But, oh, man, this toasted San Francisco sourdough is exquisite. And, this perfectly toasted wheat bread offers a completely different flavor profile that I really like, right? So dark roast on a toast comparison is like saying, take those 3 slices of bread now and just hold them down in the toaster until they're burnt, until there's smoke curling to the ceiling, and you pop all 3 out and they're burnt. Well, now they're all going to taste the same. It doesn't matter that it was sourdough. It doesn't matter that it was wheat. It doesn't matter that it was Wonder Bread. None of that matters. You have burnt it, so now the flavor profile is burnt. Now, I know people who like burnt toast, who hold their toast down until it's burnt and then eat burnt toast. I have a friend who just likes it that way. So I'm not saying that you can't like burnt coffee, but I am saying that it is a lot like toast. The higher roast level, the more burnt it gets, the less important the bread even matters at all. However, if you're going to toast at lower levels, the quality of bread matters. If you're going to properly toast a piece of bread and spread butter on it or whatever, then you want that sweet artisan San Francisco sourdough. You don't want a slice of Wonder Bread, right? So that's one of the problems with light roast's reputation in the world, is that it comes because a lot of the people who've ever had light roast had not only Wonder Bread, they had stale grocery store Wonder Bread that's been sitting there for 4 months and then isn't even properly brewed or roasted, right? So that's my point about that's my analogy for coffee roasting. And for DJ or anybody who really digs the heavily the burnt French roast flavor profile, that's cool. As long as I just want you to explore. If you are a French roast drinker and you've never tried artisan sourdough toast, whatever the coffee equivalent of that is, you should at least be trying that and seeing if it's an improvement for you. And if not, you can go back to burnt Wonder Bread. And the good news about burnt Wonder Bread is if your palate is in the burned profile place, coffee is going to be really cheap for you because you can get anything you want and it's largely going to be in that range, So, all right. Thank you for your coffee spiel patience. Let's get back to playing. We'll see, Mensch. If we lose right now, if we lose soon.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thank you for the sub. If we bust out of this event soon here, then yeah, we'll draft again. But if we like win out from here, probably not. What was with the Built to Spill talk? I don't understand the question. What was with it? It was me talking about Built to Spill. Thank you for the reminder, Mama. No stream tomorrow. I would stream every day this week if I could, but I have an obligation, so I can't. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be at a family event tomorrow. I may stream later, it's possible, but that tends to not go well for me, so I probably won't. I'm probably just going to take tomorrow off. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, we'll go no, we'll go recruit. That's fine. Setrox asks about brewing. When I'm brewing a single cup, I use AeroPress. Oh, rough. I'm supposed to be the Demir player doing this. What a brutal, brutal, brutal thought erasure. God, that heart hurts. Ah, that card. So yeah, AeroPress is my single cup brewer, and then my multi-cup brewer is just the OXO Good Grips 9-cup coffee maker. I have an espresso machine, but I basically took it out of the kitchen because it just wasn't being used. The espresso machine was classically like me going from 92% coffee to 94% coffee in a way that was expensive and time-consuming and not worth it to me. I haven't heard that one, Fender, but you're going to be hard-pressed to get me off my arrow. I could run out the Legionnaire, but let's max our mana and send out the patrol. They know about our intervention. We could attack, and they don't really have a block. If we are willing to use the intervention to take out the crab. Are we? Not yet. I'm just going to play the patrol. The most oppressive card in what context? This format, Mama? Or in all of Magic? Or... I think the most oppressive card in all of Magic is probably Stasis. Alright, well we get Legionnaire plus Locksmith here, and then we can mess around with our intervention later. All right, and then we'll do Locksmith. Just catching up on chat here. Lazy Developer Stasis is not... Oh, not a fun Magic card. It's almost as not fun as having those two cards ripped out of your hand. Oh my. And then we rip a land. Oh my god. Not going well, folks. It has been a rough go here. I got to make a note here for that use of... So this was 2-2. Turn 5. That was brutal. Every time I'm not in Dimir, I'm just so sad when I play against Dimir. Just like every time. Every frickin' time. We got nothing. We're just gonna lose. F you, Boros. I can't believe people win with this stupid deck in this format. Ever. Like, it... I mean, this is ridiculous. Thought Erasure getting True Fire Captain. Burglar Rat getting Integrity Intervention. These are our two best cards. Two best cards in the deck, stolen by discard, and now we're on Doom Whisperer for the loss. Maybe there's some long shot wave win we can find. I'll take a couple more turns here just in case, but I think we're doomed. I'm not going to shame or rage scoop yet, just because we do have two waves. I haven't done the exact math, but it feels like if we got like our biggest creature here, and okay, that's making it much harder. So tilting to lose with Boros to Great Dimir, even though it's expected. Like, it just hurts my soul a bit. Hurts my soul a bit. Yeah, we could do some War Sealed, maybe. That might be a reasonable palate cleanser. We've just been playing a lot of M20. I was looking to take a break from it today, but we'll put it for a vote. I would do M20 if needed. All right, now I'm just freaking done. All right, whatever. Just annihilated. Well, this result makes me want to curse on my PG-13 account, so I won't, but ouch. Humbling and painful, and F you, Boros. My hate for you in this format continues to rage strong. I try you out, and you fail me. You fail me, Boros. You fail me. All the time. All the time getting failed by Boros. I'm done. I'm never drafting anything but Dimir and Izzet again in the format. I'm done with you, Boros. F off. All right. But, like I said, I try to tilt and move on. It's okay. Allow yourself to feel your gaming emotions. Why do we play games if we're not going to let them impact us emotionally? Like, right? It's a weird mix. Like, if you don't feel it at all, what are you doing? If you feel it too much, what are you doing? So I try to find the middle. Feel it. Move on. All right, we're moving on.